Hey, are y'all there? Is anybody out there? Can anybody hear me? All right, so y'all can hear me? Cool. How's everybody doing? Shalimatong? I'm sorry, I know I'm butchering that, but welcome. Welcome, Susie. Hi. How are ya? How are you? Hey, Angie uploaded. Okay, yeah, catch the replay. We're going to talk about Natalia Grace. If anyone is familiar with that case, I'm super intrigued, and we're going to talk about it. We are going to talk about it. It's been a good day. Saying goodbye to being sick. Yes. Today, girl. Yeah, I'm so intrigued, Angie. But yeah, go do what you gotta do and catch the replay. But I saw your comment earlier. You're always welcome here. I am not a person that really wants to take sides. You know what I mean? I'm not doing it. Yeah. If we're still here, I hope you can come back, Angie. Because, yes, Susie, there is a lot to unpack. A lot. So much. I'm conflicted on so many things. Hey, Colin. I love you to pieces. It's okay, Angie. It's okay. You're always welcome. I don't play that. Yeah, if we get nasty comments, we will remove them. I don't do that over here. All right, so I'm gonna you're welcome, Angie. You're welcome. Oh, hold on. Colin has a message for Angie. There's a male in spirit who brings so much love to you and your family. He says, watch for things moving. Okay. Let's explore that for a minute, Angie, before you leave, if you can. All right, Colin, give it to her. let's hear what Colin has to say. He says, not misled, but he moved. He's laughing when he says it. Do you understand that, Angie? Let's see what Angie has to say about that, Colin. Thank you for coming in. You literally made my day yesterday. He also says he's back to his usual self. Love it. Here we go. I do. It's my father-in-law who just passed. My hubby and I were just discussing some things that match up. Colin has read me before and was spot on. He is spot on. It's crazy. I love it. Colin, you're such a blessing. Mm-mm-mm. Love it. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link for Spicy. Good, Colin. Angie, you got this. Whatever it is, you got it. And I believe it. There you go, Spicy. There's your link, honey. Angie, I have no idea. I'm just passing it on for you with loads of love. Colin, you're so sweet.
I'll turn my camera off here. I need to figure out. I haven't done this in such a long time. Okay.
Welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing good.
Good. We are all good. I'm just putting up a pic. You know, it's better than. Hold on. I'm still trying to figure out my.
It's okay, Colin. It's okay. We love having you here, Colin. You're always welcome. Uh-oh, she dropped. I do have something going on, and glad to know I got it. It's been a rough few months. Yeah, I think we've all had a rough few months, Angie. We will definitely be praying for you. We lost Spicy. I'll drop it again for her, just in case. Just in case she doesn't see it. There you go, Spicy. I don't know if y'all were on my live yesterday, but oh my gosh, Colin had me so emotional. I almost ended my live, but I'm glad I didn't end it because it kept getting better and better. You're very welcome, Angie. And yes, we do have a connection. You need to open up more. Okay, Angie, you do what you gotta do, baby. We'll still be here, I'm sure. They're Spicy. You back, girl?
I'm back.
All right. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to put my AirPod in.
Okay.
All right, good. Much
Okay,
better.
Angie. Okay, Angie. We appreciate you coming over here, and definitely come back when you're done taking care of your sweet mom, and maybe we'll still be here. I'm trying to figure out how to connect my. There we go. I got it. Okay, now I can hear y'all good.
Oh, good.
Yay. I'm still trying to learn all this YouTube mess. You're welcome, Angie. You're so
Well,
welcome, sweetheart.
at least you hit the go live button today.
That was so funny yesterday. I was like talking away for like 10 minutes, and I was texting somebody and I was like, "Can you hear me? Can you hear me?" She was like, "No, I don't." This went on for like 10 minutes, and I was like, "Oh my Jesus." I never hit the go live button. So I did remember to do that today.
Right.
I'm still learning. So
Exactly.
I hit it. At least I hit it today, right?
Pardon?
I said at least I hit the go live button today.
Exactly. But
No. Go ahead.
this whole Natalia Grace series, I think I've watched every episode a couple of times. And I think it was Monday. Yeah, it was Monday. They did a replay of the previous season, but they added more outtakes. So there were clips that you never saw before. And then even with Monday, if you watch the replay of the first episode of season 2, there were different clips in there. So that was kind of interesting to see, like, extra stuff. But
Right.
I'm so conflicted. I mean, I can tell you at the end of the day, that family was very abusive, but there's so many parts that I just can't wrap my head around, you know?
So I
So,
wanted to stop you there for a second.
mm-hmm.
Hey, Penny and Bella's mama. You're new. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Um, I know Spicy is okay with me saying this, but Spicy is a little person.
Mm-hmm.
Much, I mean, exactly like Natalia Grace. So I thought it would be very interesting to have Spicy's take on Natalia Grace because, for obvious reasons. Um, hey, Angelique,
Mhm.
welcome in. She says thank you for her book.
You're welcome, Angelique. I was so excited to get your name. That was so much fun. I'm
Oh,
glad you
you
enjoyed
got
it.
her, you
She
got
was
Angelique
my,
her Secret Santa.
yes.
Oh, that's
So
so
that was
sweet. But
exciting.
anyway, yeah. Anyway, I wanted to have Spicy on this live about concerning Natalia Grace because I watched season 1 and I was so conflicted
Yeah.
after season 1. Um, and Spicy will tell you she and I have conflicting opinions about it, and that's
Hmm.
okay. Um, I think she's probably the
Yeah.
expert on this subject and not me, which is why I wanted her here now because we have now moved into season 2. So go ahead, Spicy, and tell us what you thought about season 2, episode 1.
I felt season 2, episode 1. At the beginning, I was like a little conflicted. The one thing that I can say that she was very much abused by the Barnett family.
For sure. No doubt.
And the Michael Barnett he needs like help. He needs to be institutionalized. I've never seen somebody be so dramatic. Even when he
Yeah.
was like replaying the incidents in his head, it was a lot of um, like a lot of acting, which I found to be very weird.
Yeah, he was very thank you, Kathleen. Thank you for being here yesterday. Um that's funny you say that my voice is soothing because I'm just getting over the flu and my voice is kind of scratchy, but thank you. That's very nice. Thank you. But yeah, I feel the same way, Spicy. Like, if anybody watched season 1, do you remember the scene where he threw himself on the floor and was banging his fist on the floor? I was like,
That
this
was
dude is
horrible.
crazy. Yeah.
And he only gets more crazy in season 2. Like,
Yeah, so far I'm
more.
on I'm on episode 2 of season 2. I haven't finished it yet, so don't ruin it for me.
No,
Um,
the third episode is tonight. The last episode is
okay.
tonight. So I'll get
I
to
thought there were
see that with
6
you.
episodes. There's only 3?
I think they consider it 6, but
Okay.
they're doing it in 2-hour increments. So, like, episode
Oh,
5 and 6 are together.
I gotcha.
But I will tell
Anyway,
you,
yeah, go ahead.
in season 1, I believed her age not to be like as much as old as they thought she was or that they claimed
Right.
she was. I felt she was more like a teenager versus a 7 or 8 year old.
So
And
what made you
see
think that?
what made me think that, okay, and I'm gonna tell you something, and I think you and I have talked about this, but little people don't question really our age. Like, I
Mhm.
remember going to Disneyland with my kids, being 14 and 8 and kids 3 and under getting free. My daughter was in a stroller, my 14-year-old, and I was holding my handson, and I said 2 adults, and they never questioned the age of my kids. And we walked right in. And they
Gotcha.
saw them, but they didn't. People kind of trust what a parent tells you. The other thing that I couldn't quite understand is if she really was like 7 or 8 living on her own, that my kids at that age would have been screaming bloody murder. They wouldn't have been able to do that. Like, they wouldn't even thought about having to go to the grocery store to buy groceries, or they wouldn't have known what to do. They'd be outside of the house running around screaming bloody murder. Where's my mommy? You know what I mean? And I get,
Right.
like,
Yeah.
if she was abused, she didn't say anything, but that was like something I can't even wrap my head around, is
Hey,
that
Quirky. Welcome in. Yeah, Colin's here, Quirky. Oh my God, I love me some Colin. Sorry,
but
Spicy.
no, that's okay. But how would
I
a
just want to
7
welcome everyone in as they come.
Oh, go ahead. But I wouldn't even know how to wrap my head around that, because my children at age 7 and 8 years old would never have been able to function one day on their own. Not one day.
Right.
So, like, that was relatively hard. And people talking about her vocabulary, like, at 7 or 8 years old, my kids never would have said, "That sucks," when they talked about school. Those kind
Yeah.
of things. It would have been more like a later middle school, early high school age, that they could have taken care of themselves in a sense. Like, they could have fed themselves. They would have known what they needed. They would have known how to really dial a phone. A lot of those things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was my only thing. And that was from season 1, my takeaways from all of that, besides the dad being like crazy.
They're both crazy. Him and the
Oh,
mom.
yeah. Oh, yeah,
No doubt.
definitely.
But Quirky says, Colin, do you get overwhelmed by everyone that wants to hear from spirits? I don't think he does, Quirky. He just comments when he sees or feels something. Well, hold on. I'm not going to answer for him. I'm sure he gets overwhelmed. But if you watched my live yesterday, oh my goodness, Colin is the biggest blessing, in my opinion, that YouTube has ever had. I've literally been praying for anyone I know that's passed to speak through you. Okay, Quirky. Well, if Colin's still in here, I'm sure he would be happy to try and reach someone for you. Spicy, did you mute?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay. Okay.
I was just reading
so
the
here,
chat.
So here's how I feel about Natalia season 1 versus season 2. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Season 1, I had tons of questions, unanswered questions at the end. And I don't want to get too graphic, but the thing that kept bothering me was that how do I say this? I know you know what I'm thinking, Spicy.
Uh-huh.
Her reaching puberty at age 7. That's what I'll say.
Uh-huh.
Um,
I I
that
can make a comment
really,
to that. Yeah.
okay, let me finish my thought real quick. That
Oh, go ahead.
really bothered me, and I started to question her age in season 1
Mm-hmm.
until I watched season 2, episode 2 tonight
Mm-hmm.
or today, and I'm still not finished with it, but the one thing she said was Christine had her oh, it makes
Do
me want
the
to cry.
tampon thing, which was so
Yes, thank
sad.
you. I didn't want to say it. Thank you for saying it because I didn't want to say it, but yes, when she had Natalia do that, and Natalia said it hurt her and it made
Mm-hmm.
her bleed, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I can totally see that happening, you
Yes.
know.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started, like I said, in season 1, I was leaning towards she was an adult. And now in season 2, I'm leaning more towards she wasn't an adult. I don't know how old she was, but she definitely was not 22 years old. She wasn't. That's my opinion.
No, I don't
Not at
believe
all.
she was either. But I think that
Hey,
precocious
Mitten
puberty.
Mama.
Hey, Mitten Mama, it's good to see you. Um, and when they were talking about her, going through puberty at age 7, I mean,
Right.
that's like a very rare thing, and it usually occurs with people with brain injuries of some sort. It's
Okay.
like
I
a
didn't know that.
neurological brain kind of thing. The only reason I know that is because my one daughter had a brain injury when she was 8 months old. So she did go through that really young, like at 5. But my other daughter, who's a normal, your average Joe little person, didn't go through all that until she was, older, but not like that young. But when you would typically assume it would to be, but things are so it, it's all so weird how that adoptive mom, we shouldn't even call her a
Hmm.
mom because she wasn't. I mean, it's very obvious that Natalia Grace can't even properly reach down there anyways. And
Right.
if you've noticed, like on the show, I don't even know how she could hold even a tampon in her hands because her fingers, they bend at the knuckle, but the other joints don't bend, and that's very common with their type of dwarfism that she
So
has
do you have the same dwarfism that
as
Natalia
her.
has or no?
No,
Yeah,
you
you don't.
know,
Okay.
the person who you may recognize who has the same type of dwarfism she has is Matt Roloff from
Okay. Mhm.
um, Little People, Big World. He has that same type of dwarfism where he's got clubbed feet. If you notice, like Natalia, because of the type of dwarfism she has, and she has club feet, and her shoes, I mean, she can't walk like flat footed like we can. She walks like
I've
on her
noticed that.
toes
I've
because
noticed that especially in season 2 because she's been wearing those big shoes, you
yeah,
know?
and a
And I
lot of
feel like those shoes are to make her more flat-footed. Am I right?
Right, but the thing of it is with her type of dwarfism, the tendons, she talked about having several surgeries on the
Mm-hmm.
tendons in her ankle. And what they did, like they disconnected them or cut through them and then reattached
Right.
them so her foot would bend. But now, with her as an adult, her bones were just start getting more fused, if you know what I mean.
Okay, Susie. Susie, hold on a second because this is super important. And
Yes.
we'll hold on. Colin says, "Thank you, Quirky. Quirky. As I speak to you, I'm getting four females that always used to stick together. Do you understand that, Quirky?" Sorry, Susie, I'm gonna always stop
Oh,
for
no,
Colin.
no. That's okay.
4 females that always used to stick together, Quirky. Do you understand that? I'm 4'10". I think that's 1 inch away from midgets, but I'm proportionate. Welcome, hun. Get cozy. Enjoy the show. Quirky, do you understand your thinking? Okay. So think about 4 females. Quirky. Okay, go ahead, Susie. Sorry.
Okay. So she has a lot of like special physical limitations that I can't even fathom. Like the first apartment, I get that. It's all one level, no steps. But
Right.
like myself, I truly know people with her type of dwarfism, and most of them walk with sticks. Well, they call them sticks in their world.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like
but
little
to
canes or something. They
yeah,
use like canes. Yeah.
they're like crutches that it's like a crutch, like crutches kind of thing without the crutch
Gotcha.
thing at the top. But
Gotcha.
I don't even know how. Well, I get it. When kids are young, they can do anything. Like my daughter could scale the kitchen cabinets, easy
Sure.
peasy. And I can see her being young, her being able to get up and down the stairs. But in reality, if you really want to put someone like Natalia in a safe place, that
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where that thinking came along. Sure, could my kids do that? Yes. When they were younger. But now, as my daughter's older and an adult, like 25, that would be a lot for her. A lot.
Right. Exactly. Like, could
So,
you imagine? Because, you and I felt a certain way during season 1, right?
right. Uh-huh.
And now we
Yes.
feel a very different way watching season 2.
Yes.
Okay. Can you imagine putting your child in an apartment at 9 or 10 years old to fend for herself?
Not at all.
Like
My kids
like
couldn't.
let's even forget that she has dwarfism, right? Like
Exactly.
forget
Uh-huh.
that. You put her in an apartment at 9 or 10 years old? What the fuck? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like what is wrong with this woman? And
Exactly.
Natalia asked Michael tonight in episode 2, "Why did you adopt me? Why?"
Uh-huh.
And I'm still waiting to hear his answer because we saw him storm off, right?
Exactly.
And when he stormed off, to me, that just screamed. guilt.
Yep.
It was for money. It was for money, in my opinion.
Nope, I agree.
For money on his part and on her part. Let's catch up with the chat real quick. I don't get notifications either decisively.
Me
There,
neither.
Quirky says there are 4 that would be sticking together in heavens. Okay, Quirky. Yes, yes. Colin says yes. There's also a male that's close to you that passed over. Quirky, he's still talking to you, babe. Quirky says yes. All right, all right. Well, he comes in saying he is sorry. Quirky, if you want to respond to that, we're here for you, babe. Whatever that means.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Susie. Sorry. Go ahead, babe.
Um,
But yeah, I just feel like
mm-hmm.
when I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but if you've watched season 2, episode 2, Michael storms off like a coward.
Absolutely.
And Natalia was so graceful and just wanted her answers. You know,
Mm-hmm.
she did. She was so nice. And I credit her new father. I don't know how I feel about her new mother just yet because I haven't seen a lot of her. But I mean, her new father is a little bit over the top, but they've
Mm-hmm.
obviously done something positive for this girl,
And
in my opinion.
I do think that, okay, you shouldn't like make assumptions, but that's kind of what we're talking about, right? Is
Exactly, because we have to
going
at this point.
through, right, going through facts and assumptions. And Steve and I just had this conversation earlier today because we were watching season 2, episode 2. And of
Hey, Alberta,
course,
welcome in.
hey, sunshine. And you forget, like, okay, I, as a mom, I have certain ways of thinking, and we do become a little judgy as humans.
Sure, of course.
And I'm like, Steve, look at her hair. It's like to her knees. And my daughter Olivia literally just got like 10 inches cut off, and I would call her cousin it because my daughter Olivia is really tiny and her hair was like down practically past her butt. And I hate that. Like, that really, I just don't like, because it makes her look shorter and all of those stuff. And then Steve and I were kind of, he goes, man, Susie, if you were her mom, you'd be making her get her haircut. And I'm like, yep. But then I was noticing something, and they wear dresses. All the women have, long skirts on, all the girls. And then I was watching the dad, and I've seen that before, even when I grew up in as a fundie. Like, I'll say I kind of grew up in a culty kind of religious thing where you
Yeah,
wore skirts, you didn't cut your hair, like very
right. You
apostolic in
did.
a sense. And I noticed that, and like his wife wouldn't have been good enough or been appropriate for her to chaperone their daughter, because he's the male in the family and like that next level to God. in a religious thing, and I know that they said he was like a pastor of a church and stuff like that. And so I kind of saw those things and I'm like, I get it. She's probably in a very loving family, but it's very much father is the head of the house and
For
very
sure.
controlling. Hence the reason you really don't see the mom. She's probably very controlled about what she can say or any of those things. But that was just my opinion on that
Yeah,
that I noticed.
let's look at these comments real quick. I'm sorry, Susie, but
Nope, that's quite
when
right.
Colin comes in, we're gonna always acknowledge him. He's asking Quirky, excuse me, y'all, I have the hiccups. Can you forgive? He brings so much love in for you. Hey, Gemini Mama. Hey, girl.
I just have
What
to
is
put you
up?
on mute for a moment. I'm listening.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna
I
read
just
these.
got.
My dad passed June 2022, left me with a mistake. In a mess. I got the hiccups, y'all. I'm sorry. I've been drinking orange juice. It always gives me hiccups. And trying to get fixed up ever since. He also saying there's a situation going on at the moment. Quirky, don't tell me nothing, please. Yeah, don't tell him nothing. He's good at this, Quirky. Can you also take a child in spirit? She says yes. I'm also told of a boy. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Wow. Hello, Colin. Hope you're well. I'm hoping one of mine is in line patiently waiting. But if they're like me, they're probably being a pain in the ass. You know, I thought that too yesterday, Gemini Mama. But my gosh, y'all, can y'all hear me hiccuping? I drank some orange juice and it always makes me hiccup.
Oh my goodness.
Quirky, is there a boy?
Did you mute yourself?
Yeah, because I keep hiccuping.
Oh Lord.
The situation will be sorted out. Give it time, Quirky. Love it. Your poor hiccups. Is it just orange juice? It's orange juice and tomato juice, which I drink daily. But I
You
can't help
don't
it.
mix them, do you?
No, I don't mix them,
Oh,
but I do
because I
love
heard
them.
you say orange juice and tomato juice. I'm like, what?
Because Gemini Mama said, is it just orange juice or any acidic drink? It's orange juice and tomato juice, which I love both of them. So, but I think my hiccups have gone away. So let's continue. Go ahead, Susie.
So that was something, and I can see Natalia really liking a strong male figure in her life because she didn't have a male figure at all in her life to
Right,
protect her.
right.
So, and I'm sure her new family is very loving and That's like the most important thing, and that they're good to her.
Yeah, and they seem to be. That's the thing that I noticed. Like, she seems to be, I mean, she's obviously an adult now,
Right.
but she seems to be so much happier.
Yep.
Um, and here's the other thing that really struck me was Natalia said that, hold on, I'm going to hold off on that point. Do we know who Natalia's father is? Because I haven't heard anything about that.
They played that on the replay of episode 1. They showed a picture of her bio mom and bio dad together
Oh,
in a
really?
photograph. Yeah, so like now tonight they're re-showing season 2 episode 2. So we'll probably see some more little like clues, I call them, in that. But I have to say something, and this has bothered
Mhm.
me since season 1, that the son of the Barnetts, who was the
Happy late
prodigy.
birthday, Quirky. I think I told you happy birthday. Sorry, Susie. I think I
Yeah,
told you happy birthday. I'm listening to you, but I'm reading the comments too. I
that's
think I
okay.
told you happy birthday in another chat, Quirky. But happy birthday. We love you over here. Um, and I love that you're making a connection with your loved ones through Colin. Colin says he knows he's around you right now. Oh my goodness, that gives me chills. Okay, sorry. Sorry, Susie. I can't help it. I love me some Colin. Go ahead.
Oh yeah,
But
he's
I know
cute.
what you're saying. Like, I guess I missed the whole father thing in the
Yeah,
first
it
season,
was
but
just like a blip. It wasn't in
prominent.
the episode 1. They showed it in season 1, episode 1 replay. Um, they added some more unseen bits that they've added in since it
Mhm.
initially like aired, and so they did show a picture of the bio mom and bio dad together.
So I don't think I saw, I must have missed that. Um, but I would love to like hear from her father, you know? Like
Exactly.
this girl needs a hero, and I feel like right now I feel like her current adopted father is her hero, but at the end of the day, we all want our daddy as daughters, right? I
Right.
do.
Exactly. And I
I mean, we
think
just
that,
do. It's just natural.
right. And she's such a cute little girl. But their child prodigy is now living in a moldy
His
basement.
father's basement.
Yeah, and their dad drives around those fast cars that are expensive. It
Right.
appears that they live in a very nice home, but the kid lives in the basement. It's disgusting. I'm like, there's
It
something
is.
very wrong. And even as a mom, like apparently Michael is remarried, Michael Barnett is remarried or whatever. Why wouldn't his wife be a woman and allow that kid to live in the basement? I would have nothing, there would be
That
absolutely
is
no
like
way.
that is like, mm, what am I trying to say?
Mold is gonna kill them. They're
That is
damp.
like putting, I wouldn't even do this. So I don't even want to say it. But that's like putting a fucking dog in your basement. And I would not even do that. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yep. Exactly.
Like I wouldn't even do that. You know how I love my dogs. Um,
Exactly. And if she has kids
but
and maybe there's not enough room, then get a bigger house. And
right,
apparently,
but he's not a dog. He's a human.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
Michael's child.
Hmm.
Yeah, that really bothered me watching.
Oh my gosh. It made
Um,
me
what's
sick.
his name? Jacob.
Jacob. Yeah.
Yeah, that really bothered me about him. Um,
Uh-huh.
it's almost like they were um, casting him away. You know,
Right. Right.
like I believe he has autism. Is that right?
Hmm. Yes, I do believe so. Right. And he's
Yeah,
like
so they're
a
like, let's just put him in the basement and
hmm
um, we'll feed him, but we don't want to see him. Like, what?
yes.
So sad, Gemini Mama.
And
Very
then
sad.
to not hear from the Christine and the other families, and I'm really not quite sure why. And I'm still trying to figure out that one couple who really, really wanted her. They were little,
Mhm.
like her, like they have the same type of dwarfism. Well, the
Yeah,
dad
she was
did
talking
as
about
her.
the same. I forget their names, but
They
yeah, like
really
you said,
wanted
Burton,
her.
Gemini Mama. Exactly.
And you would
He
think,
he may prefer it. I mean, he may, Angelique, but I don't know. Hold on, y'all. Hold on a second. Sorry. He may prefer it, but honestly, Angelique, I don't think so because even on camera, he seemed very social compared to. Um,
mm-hmm,
I have a brother who has autism, and Jacob is way more social than my brother, and my brother doesn't prefer that. But that's just, I'm not a doctor. That's just my opinion.
right.
And yes, Mama, it made my soul ache as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I just felt like Jacob, um, kind of like what Gemini Mama said, like, okay, well, he's a burden. So I feel like Christine got rid of him, and now it almost feels like Michael's trying to as well,
Right.
in my opinion.
Exactly. And I just think it's so sad.
I get it,
What?
Angelique. My brother is awkward too, but he would never want to be segregated into a basement, nor would I ever allow that to happen to my brother. And I'm 52 years old, and my brother is 35, 36. I would never, quote unquote, um, cast him into the quote unquote dungeon, aka basement. I'm sorry. It's just fucking sick to me. Like, bring that kid upstairs with the family. That's it. That's my opinion.
Exactly. No. And I agree with that. Like my daughter, who's severely disabled, she's non-mobile, she's nonverbal. Like
Right.
she lives in, like she doesn't have her own bedroom because we don't sit in our bedrooms and hang out. We hang in the family room, so that's where she is all the time, in the family room.
Right. Right.
And
And I
because
do
there's
know
no,
about your situation with your
uh,
child, and I cannot even fathom you putting her in a fucking moldy, cold ass basement. That's
no.
crazy to me. It's
And I can't,
crazy. And she is a
or for her
beautiful
to
child.
even, and even for her to have her own room. She can't get out of
Right.
her room when you put her in there.
Right.
So she's with us all the time. She's like when I'm in the kitchen, I can see her. When we're in the family room, we're all together. We're
Right.
always together. And even when we go away on the weekends to my mom's, she's she like
She's
stays
always
in a,
present. Yep.
exactly. We open gifts and we're
Mhm.
all together, even
Mhm.
though she takes up an entire recliner, you know, like seating space, but that's where she is. She doesn't eat like we eat. So we eat downstairs and then we open gifts upstairs where she is. And
Right.
so there's just different things that we've made it accessible for her to be around where we all are and not put away somewhere else, like have her own room. Because people, we get busy, you know, with healthy brain people do get busy. Like you're busy cleaning or you're watching something on TV
Right.
or you're
Right.
cooking or doing whatever. I don't want to forget about her because that's easy to do.
Right. And I'm not gonna say her name, y'all. For anybody that's listening, that's Susie's business. But I have witnessed um, Susie as a mother with a disabled child. Gemini Mama, yes, she is always included um,
Hmm.
in the family, in the living space, just exactly how you said it, Gemini Mama. It is how it should be, and that's
Yep.
exactly how I feel about Jacob. And I don't know, like when I saw that scene tonight, I just felt like he had been casted to the basement. That's just the feeling that I got. I'm not judging, I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe that's where he wants to be, but even if he wanted to be that way, as a parent, I would try to pull him, you know, back into the family. That's just me. That is just what I would at least attempt to do. And I've only seen Jacob cast down in a basement. That's all I've
Yeah.
seen. And I think it's terrible. It's
Exactly.
terrible.
Or, and if he wants to be down there, at least fix it so it's nice and you don't see the mold on the
Right.
walls
It's
and
crazy.
invest
It
money.
looks so dangerous to me
It does
down there.
very much.
Oh,
It,
yeah, Angelique, I understand,
mhm.
but I don't believe you would cast him down to the basement. That's the part that bothers me. That's it. Like, if he wants to be alone, cool. Give him his own room. But like Susie's saying, that's a moldy ass basement. It
Yeah,
is.
it's
It just is.
nasty. I if I wouldn't sleep there, nobody would sleep there.
Right. Right. Like, who would put their kid down there if you wouldn't even stay there?
Exactly.
Again, just my opinion.
I know.
Gemini Mama says, I'm telling you, God chooses those ones who can take care of the angels. Caregiving is one of the toughest. Yes, it is. It is one of the toughest jobs on earth, Gemini Mama. You're right.
It is.
You're right.
Your whole life
You can
revolves
see
around.
the painted over the mold. Oh, really? That's not good. Like
No,
mold is it
it's
can kill you.
toxic. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, just as general parents who they like birth those boys and how they're just so treated so horribly. And I can understand Michael Barnett's other boys not wanting anything to do with him because he's a lunatic. He's crazy. Like, and not a good crazy. Like, as a very mentally ill, but embarrassingly crazy.
Right. Yep.
And that's and not that people who have mental illness aren't treated well, but it appears, in my opinion, he has never sought treatment of his behavior. And to me, it's more like a behavior more than maybe a mental illness. I don't know. I couldn't tell
All
you.
right, Susie, talk to the chat for a minute. I'll be right back.
All right. Sorry if I feel so congested. We've been sick in my house since Christmas. So today, and I don't get notifications lately about anybody going live in YouTube or any of those things. And Maria, I know, was live, and Christy, I just happened to be on YouTube because she said she was going to go live at some point, but I didn't get any notifications. And so I was over there. And then Maria and I had earlier discussed doing this on Natalia Grace and going through that whole what our thoughts were. And season 1, and now as you're watching season 2, I'm sure you all have a very much a different outlook. I would watch it. I really would. Some of it for me is a little bit much or a lot much, but it's interesting seeing different things. And at the beginning, I think some of their story was, in the Ukraine, adoption agencies. I mean, they do forge kids' ages. They also forge what kind of disabilities they have. I know that very well because even back during the time of Natalia Grace, when she was in the Ukrainian adopt in the orphanages, I knew a lot of little people that were doing international adoptions, and everybody tried to be warned about the Eastern European countries. And some people aren't mentally equipped to deal with someone with special needs, and it takes a lot. But let me tell you, little people are amazing. Like, I would adopt a little people. And yes, was I given a kiddo with special needs, severe special needs? Absolutely. And I wouldn't change it. But then again, I wouldn't wish that upon anybody else, especially a
Right.
child, to go through that. But
Of
yeah,
course.
you adoption orphanages in Russia, they re-age kids all the time. so they look
Do they
more
really?
just
That
yeah,
was
in your
so
Eastern
that was my
European
other
countries.
that was my other question.
Um,
Why do they re-age kids?
and
To
I
give
think
them a
because
chance?
I think they re-age them in the orphanages to be younger than what they are because it's more desirable. And I think it's human
So to
nature,
give so to give them a chance at a better life.
right? They'll tell
Gotcha.
the adopting families that, oh, this child is 4, when in reality, the child could be, and with little people, I mean, it's very hard to, in a lot of
Right.
situations, to tell. Like, you really aren't sure, especially if you don't know. But they will say, oh, we have a 5-year-old for you. And
Yeah.
in reality, it's another age because you have no way to prove as an American, because in Europe, like birth records and all that is extremely private. Like, I don't know,
Mhm.
it you only get what they're willing to give you. Like, you just can't say no, I want to ensure that I have the original birth certificate. You have to be willing to
Yeah.
accept what they give you. And so if they say that, even if you were to challenge the age and when they were adopted from the orphanage, their government isn't going to be like, sure, let me help you out with that. Here's the
Me?
hello.
I think we lost you for a second.
Yeah, my phone rang. Sorry. But they do. You
Let's
can't.
read this real quick. Decisively. Sorry my grandma called and I knew what it was, but I hate to say this because it sounds mean. But if I have my mom still here this time next year, I will be shocked. Aw,
Oh,
aw. I'm sorry, decisively. Well, we love you over here, girlfriend. You know we do.
mm-hmm.
And we're certainly praying for you, whatever's going on in your life right now. We love you. And yeah, we love you, girl. I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm. Me too. It's hard, especially when you have a close relationship with people.
Yeah, yeah.
But that
Mm.
Christine Barnett really did a lot of research. So she knew what the buzzwords,
She is a damn nutcase. Like,
yeah, narcissistic, evil human, because she
yeah,
knew.
she's only, in my opinion, she, and I want to make this very clear. Spicy is a little person. I am not. Well, I'm
Mhm.
kind of little.
Kinda.
But you know what I'm saying. Um,
Right.
and we had very differing opinions during season one, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Spicy was like, she's an adult, she's an adult, she's an adult. And I'm like, no, she's not, she's not, she's not. And then now, I think we're kind of meeting in the middle after the beginning of season two.
Hmm.
And it's just, and here's my thing. Even even if her age was wrong, the
Yeah.
girl still got abused.
Yes, she did. Absolutely,
I don't
100%.
care. Absolutely. And in my opinion, that is criminal. I don't
Yeah.
care. I don't care if she was, you know, 5 or 6 when the Barnetts got her, or 15 or
Mm-hmm.
16. Christine fucking abused that child. She did. Period. She abused her. And I believe Natalia when she says she got
Yeah.
abused. And again, I don't care if she was 6 or 7 or 15 or 16. She got abused, and that is not okay. It's not. Sorry. It's just not.
Not at all. Even if she was an adult, it's still wrong to be abused and to take advantage of someone, especially when they can't even fight back and they can't run
Right.
and they can't do all the things average sized people can do. She has, and it's wrong. These people were just sick and wrong. And I think in season 2, they were talking how that Christine Barnett really wanted to look like a hero and to
Mm-hmm.
fix like the broken wing of an angel, and then get all this praise and glory like she did for her son
Like she
by
did with
writing a
Jacob.
book.
Yes.
Yeah, she used
Yes.
him for her benefit, not for his. And if
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mistaken,
Mm-hmm.
I think Jacob wrote that book, not her, because he
Probably did.
said he
He
probably
probably
did.
did. And he even said that the royalties of $200,000 should have came to him, and he got $5.
Yep.
Literally, this child got $5 from his mother who gave birth to him off his story,
Hmm.
which was a fabricated story because I don't know if you've watched this part, Susie.
Hmm.
He actually is not a declared genius. Did you read that part?
Mm-mm.
He's not what she portrayed him to be. I'm not saying he's an idiot. He's not. He's very smart. But her book is about him being this child genius prodigy, and he wasn't at all.
Right.
But she made money off that and gave him five fucking dollars.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's just sickening. It
All right, I want
really
to pause
is.
for a second to recognize decisively we weren't close, but I forgive her of everything she has done to me. Okay, girl. I'm so sorry. I understand, and I'm going to be doing um, a live very soon about this subject that you're speaking of. But we love you, and we are very happy that you are able to forgive her. It's very important.
Hmm.
Hey, Glam, you're crocheting. What are you? We're talking about Natalia Grace. Glam, have you seen that? Okay, decisively. We love you, girl. We love you, and prayers up for anything that you're going through. But yeah,
Oh,
I'm super I don't know. I just is it on Netflix? It's Discovery, right?
no, it's
Spicy.
Discovery ID.
Yeah, I've been watching it on Discovery Plus.
Yes, same here.
So Glam, if you haven't watched there's 2 seasons. Season 1 is called The Curious Case of Natalia Grace. And season 2 is called The Curious Case of Natalia Grace. Natalia Speaks. So you got to watch it from season 1 to understand kind of where we are right now.
Right. And the reason they had to split it into 2 seasons is because she was under a gag order.
Oh, really?
With until Michael had his court case in March of 2023 or whenever it was. Maybe it was this spring or summer. Maybe it was later.
Gotcha. All right, you have that.
But I'm curious that they're going to show it tonight.
It's on Amazon. It's on Amazon, Angelique. All right. Love you all. Be blessed. I have to run. Please keep doing. Okay, Mint Mama. I don't know. I'm not. I mean, apparently yesterday I was desperate for subs, but I'm not. Oh, girl, yeah. It was the whole thing. I'm not desperate for subs. I am happy for the subs that I do have, and I'm not going to use the word desperate, but I am very happy to hang out with y'all. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll see you soon, Mitten Mama. I love you, girl. Night night. Yes, what, Angelique? Oh, Amazon. Okay. I have Discovery Plus, so that's where I've been watching it. But I didn't know it was on Amazon. That's cool. Good to know. Thank you.
But she is a very beautiful young woman, this Natalia Grace.
She really is.
Very beautiful. And she's very well spoken. And she's doing a great job telling her story. Very confident, and I like that about her.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah. And like I said earlier, you had a very different opinion of her season 1 versus now. Right? You really did. And I kind of feel like you're kind of the expert just because you are also a little person. That's how I feel.
Right. And I felt that way at first because I know all little people, even like when I was 16, drinking age in Wisconsin wasn't until 21. But I had a story that I was 23 years old and an economics major. And at 16, I didn't even know what economics was. It sounded good. You know what I mean?
Right.
But they didn't know. They didn't card us. They wanted to see my ID. Oh my gosh, I left it in the car. Oh, don't worry about it. I can't walk that far. I mean, I get how it goes and how believable that people really believe little people. And when they say that I'm this age, and yeah, it's just different. You can not really, like then, I didn't think I was intentionally deceiving anybody. I looked at it as I was getting away with it. And I didn't go to the bars to drink. I went to go dancing. I didn't go to drink because I was only 16. And I didn't do any of that stuff until I was legal, but it was fun, and we didn't have any underage clubs around where I lived. So that's what we would do. Me and my little friends.
So Glam says, I'm glad I heard you guys today. Though will be, I think she means this will be another binge watch for me. Yeah, Glam, it's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good one. It's very intriguing, and I promise you, if you start on season 1, you're going to feel very differently when you watch season 2. Like I do. I was kind of
Mm-hmm.
like Spicy in season 1. I was leaning more towards Natalia in season 1 than Spicy was, but I feel like Spicy has come a little bit over to my side now in
Came to the
season
other
2.
side of the fence.
Yeah.
Or to the other
Yeah.
side of the
Yeah, but
Mason-Dixon line. Yeah.
it doesn't even, like I was saying, I don't care if she's 7 or 8 or 15 or 16. This girl was 1,000% abused in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she supposedly was put into an apartment when she was 9 or 10, but let's think about it. Even if she were 14 or 15 and was put into an apartment, that's still not okay, right?
Right. Exactly. It's
Right?
like you don't even leave your 14 or 15-year-old at home alone when
Overnight.
you go
Yeah,
overnight. Yeah, you would never do that. Like,
exactly.
I would never do
So
that.
why the hell are you gonna cast them into
An
an
apartment.
apartment to
Mm-hmm.
fend? Y'all, I have 4 kids, and I promise y'all, if I had put these little children into an apartment at age 15, they
Mm-hmm.
would not have survived. Like, and
Right.
they are not disabled children, right?
Exactly.
Like, something's wrong here, y'all. And how these people, Christine and Michael both, got away with this, I'll never, ever understand it. Ever.
Me neither.
And they did. They got away with it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they did.
And
And I think
it's
if
fucking gross. It's just gross.
and even if your child was an adult, even let's say average size has no disabilities, if they don't know how to fend for themselves at age 18 or 19, they
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be able to survive on their own, even in an apartment. Sure, they could go to the gas station and go eat every meal, but you need to be able to, as a parent, teach them things like how to cook, how you grocery shop, how you do your laundry.
Yeah, exactly.
Just the
And
normal basics.
they put her into this apartment claiming she was 22. No, she
Yep.
wasn't. She wasn't.
Uh-uh. No.
Sorry. She wasn't. And even if she was, again, she
Mm-hmm.
wasn't ready. Even if she was, let's pretend she was 22, right?
Right.
She still wasn't ready to be out on her own. And it's our jobs as parents, do you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? To turn our children out on their own when They are ready. But she wasn't 22, y'all. She was not. I don't know how old she was, nor do I care. This child was neglected, abused, and put out in an apartment, in my opinion, around the age 10 on her own. That's fucked up.
Exactly.
Sorry. That's my opinion.
You do, and you don't let your kids, like, here's a good example about parenting. My daughter, I wouldn't let her get her driver's license until she turned 18 because, in my opinion, she wasn't ready. Now, when my son turns, she wasn't ready. Like, if I would have let her do that and said, okay, go drive, I mean, it would have been dangerous for her and for other people, in my opinion. Where my son, like, he was ready to drive at 16. Like, he was more responsible. He was more aware of what was going on around him. Not my daughter. She, like, chased butterflies, I swear.
Well, and not only that, I've seen both of your children, and your son is physically larger than your daughter.
Exactly.
Like, that makes a difference
A lot.
too. Like, so I get it. I get it.
Right. And some people, you know, I always use the term, and she doesn't like this, but she chases butterflies. That's because she's busy doing other things instead of focusing on what she's supposed to focus on. And
she's OCD.
She
or
has
not OCD, ADD.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I meant. My bad.
Where my son, even though he has ADHD, he can at least focus on driving and not at the flowers in the median, you know. My daughter, literally, when we were teaching her how to drive, she drove through a roundabout, through it. Not around the roundabout, through the roundabout. I'm like, oh my God, it's so embarrassing. Because she wasn't paying attention, but that was just her. You know, not paying attention, just kind of out there. And she was mad at me. Absolutely. It was horrible. You should have let me. Now I'm so delayed. I'm like, delayed in what? I could have had more freedom, blah, blah, blah. Well, you weren't ready. And that's what parents do. They make those decisions. Did I like having to take you to school and pick your happy ass up all the time? Absolutely not. But I did that because that's what I needed to do for your own safety. And I wanted her to get her license, but she wasn't ready. And even in the situation with the Natalia Grace thing, she wasn't ready, even if she was an adult.
And that's kind of my point. Like, which I was saying earlier, I don't care. Again, in my opinion, they put this girl in an apartment before she was even a teenager. That's my opinion. But even if she was, 18 or over, she wasn't ready. And Christine and Michael failed this girl. They did. They did. But I stand by, she was a very young child. I still stand by that.
Yes.
Like this whole, oh, she had pubic hair and had a period. I don't believe she had a period. After watching season 2, episode 2, I do not believe she had a period because, and this is why, I had a very similar experience. And you know what I'm talking about, Susie.
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't a period. So that's all I'm going to say.
Right. And
It
to
wasn't.
no. And for her to even think something so obscure, the mother at that time, and not there's other
I don't think
options.
here's the thing. I don't think she thought that. I think she was planning her um escape to get rid of Natalia. I don't think she thought that at
Exactly.
all. I think she planned it
Mm-hmm.
and she knew exactly, or she thought she knew exactly what she was trying to do, which was
Get her out.
declare
Mm-hmm.
Natalia as an adult. So I'm going to tell her, I'm just going to say it, y'all. I'm not even monetized, so I'm going to say it. She basically made Natalia force a tampon into her,
Mm-hmm.
into herself. And then, and only then, is when Natalia began to bleed. That is not a fucking
Mm-hmm.
period, you fucking lunatic, Christine.
Exactly.
And that is the ultimate form of abuse.
Yep.
That was not a
Mm-hmm.
that was not a period. I don't know. I
I just
just,
think.
if she was standing in front of me today, I would totally embrace her
Mm-hmm.
and not that I feel like I should, but I would apologize to her on behalf of her fucked up parents, both of them.
Right. Because if
It's
her
crazy.
parents weren't fucked up, there wouldn't have even been a show about this horrible abuse and all of those things.
Right.
Because normal people wouldn't do that.
No,
No.
no. Like Christine was obviously, she was done with Jacob, right?
Mm-hmm. She was
Like,
of no value to her.
right. She had made her money off Jacob, and then she needed this other little whatever to make her more money. And then
Mm-hmm.
Michael and his crazy ass self just kind of followed along Christine's lead.
Exactly.
And I don't know. It's just so sad. I cannot
Mm-hmm.
wait to finish the series. And I wish the best for Natalia. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I still, I do believe that, um, I do believe that she is not the age that she has been told, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's her fault.
Right.
I think it is maybe her birth mother's fault because her birth mother maybe wanted to try and get her out of the Ukraine, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I get that.
I
Like, I
do
get it.
too. Absolutely.
Like, if I have to lie about her age to give her a better life, I might have done that. I might have done that
Right.
as a mother. I don't know.
Right.
But
Exactly.
to lie about a child being 8 or 9 as opposed to 22, no, I do not think that happened.
I agree.
And maybe a couple of years, but I'm not going to judge, her birth mother. I'm not going to do that because I don't
Mhm.
know. It's not my business. But I don't know. I'm just siding way more um, with Natalia Grace than I am the Barnetts.
Yes. I agree.
That's it.
Mhm. It's really
All right, so
sad.
I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna get off here, and maybe we can talk about this after I finish watching everything.
Mhm.
Because it's crazy, y'all. Y'all gotta go watch it. It's crazy. It's sad. It's crazy, but right now, as of today, and that could change, but as of today, I am team Natalia Grace.
Yep. Me too.
You are?
Yeah, I am. I really
What?
am. I mean, are some things a little off? Yes, but I'm very
Right.
much in her corner. Absolutely.
And you weren't.
And after season 1, no.
No, you weren't. Like you and I kind of, we didn't argue, but because we don't do that. But
Right.
I was like, spicy, no, no, no. And you were like, just keep it real. No, no, no. You know what I mean? Like we were
Look at the
on,
facts. Look at the facts. Even if you
yeah,
don't look at
yeah, we
anybody
were,
else's, what she even said, what they perceived her, not whether you listen to Michael Barnett's story or any of that, but
listen,
everything else is
that man, you
okay.
know what? This is one thing I will say about him so far.
Mm-hmm.
He came on camera. Where's Christine?
Exactly.
Did he present himself well on camera? No.
Mm-hmm.
But did he show up? He did.
Yep.
He tried. But that's all I'm going to give him, you know?
Exactly.
All right, girl, I'm going to end it and we
Enjoy your
will
evening.
thank you and maybe we will what is tomorrow? Thursday?
Thursday. Yep.
Okay. Um I'll text you, but maybe we will continue this tomorrow after I watch. I still got to watch it all. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right.
All right. I
All
love
right.
you.
Love you
Thank you,
too.
everybody, for coming. And yeah, just keep it real, y'all. That's it.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.